Hello and welcome. My name is Charlene Smith. It is match day. It is PSV versus Arsenal for match day 6 of the group stages. Now, as we know, Arsenal have already qualified and PSV have also qualified. So we've got Arsenal first, PSV second. So today will be an interesting game. Now, this is an opportunity for Mikel Arteta to rest players. This is an opportunity for him to give players minutes who have been sitting on the bench, and also to give players like the youngsters an opportunity. He did mention in his press conference that, every game is a must-win game. And I guess coming back from, that defeat at Aston Villa, where we did lose 1-0, we want to keep that winning momentum. So you can totally understand that although we have already qualified for the Champions League, just keeping that winning mentality and having the mindset and the intention of going into every single game to win, is going to be good for the players mentally. As we do know, in the Premier League, we will be coming up against Brighton at the weekend. So just keeping that momentum is very important. For me personally, there are some players who I feel like really do not need to play in this game, and give them as much rest as possible. So number one, as you can probably imagine and also agree with me, is Bukayo Saka. I personally do not feel like this is a game that Saka needs to be playing in. Now, we do understand that Saka did not train with the team, but he has travelled. So I'm hoping he's just there for the vibes. Let him put his feet up. Let him rest. Yes, he travelled. Let him just be there for team and moral support. Martinelli, as we know, is unwell, so he did not travel. So wishing Martinelli a speedy and well recovery. But I mean, the likes of Saka and Martinelli, who get a lot of game time, they don't really need to play in a game like this where we don't have to win. Obviously, we want to win because that is our mindset and our mentality to go into these games and win, but we don't need to win. Whatever the scoreline is, it isn't going to make a difference. It isn't going to have any impact on anything going forward, other than we may be boosted with a bit of cash, a bit of money, depending on who wins the game tonight. But, when you sort of think about the players' well-being and everything, that is what we need to take into consideration, because we do have the Premier League to focus on and obviously all of our upcoming fixtures. Now, in terms of the players that I would like to see, I will give you my expected starting 11, but in terms of the players that I would like to see, I would like to see the likes of Reece Nelson, Trossard, Eddie, the players that haven't really been starting. Let them get a bit of a run out in a game like this where we've already qualified. So that is what I would like to see. And I did mention also about the youngsters, which I will touch a bit more on also. Now, before I go into that, I have actually got some stats. So as you guys do remember, we did beat PSV 4-0 at the beginning of the Champions League campaign when they came to the Emirates Stadium. PSV have won just 2 of their 9 UEFA European games against Arsenal, where they have drawn 3 and they've lost 4, losing 4-0 earlier this season in the Champions League. Both wins have come in their last 2 home games, where they won 1-0 in the 2006 to 2007 Champions League campaign, and also 2-0 last season in Europa. So they seem to be, better at home. Arsenal are winless in their last 3 major European visits to the Netherlands, where Arsenal have drawn 1 and lost 2 since a 2-0 win at Ajax in September 2005 in the Champions League. Now, PSV have been doing amazing in their domestic league. They have played 15 games and they've won all 15 of the games. They are top of the table. So yeah, they're unbeaten on home soil. And also they are unbeaten on home soil in the UEFA Champions League this season as well, where they have won 1 and drawn 1. Last going a full group stage undefeated at home in 2015 to 2016, where they won all 3 games. So I guess in that respect, they probably are going to want to, try and win tonight. I reckon they're going to put out quite a strong side. Yeah, they will rotate some players, but I reckon they're going to want to put out quite a strong side to keep that unbeaten run going, on home soil in the Champions League. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what PSV come out with. I must say, I'm not expecting an easy ride, regardless that both teams have qualified. I am expecting tonight to be quite a tough battle. Arsenal have already won the Champions League group, as I did say earlier, winning 4 of their 5 matches so far. Only once have they won 5 of their group stage games in a single campaign, doing so in 2005 to 2006, when they reached the final for the first and only time. PSV have won their last 2 Champions League matches, as many as they had in their previous 22, where they drew 9 and lost 11. They last won 3 in a row in 2006 to 2007 group stages in a campaign. They would eventually reach the quarter-final after eliminating Arsenal. So yeah, tonight should be quite an interesting game when you sort of look at those stats, where we're at in the league. I wish I could be sitting here saying we are top of the Premier League. Unfortunately not. And if I'm completely honest, I don't feel like that is down to our own fault. I feel like that is bad refereeing as to why we are not top of the Premier League. But anyway, that is a different conversation, which I'm not going to get into right now. And I do see some of you guys, talking about how Arsenal fans are always complaining, how we're salty, how we're bottle jobs and all of that. But to be fair, some of these decisions are out of our control. We go out there, we put out a good team, we put out a good performance. But if the referee and the officials are not being fair, then that is out of our control. We've done what we needed to do in order to get results. But, we can't override or make the decision to award a goal or not award a goal if the officials ain't doing that. So yeah, that's my little rant over. Now, in terms of the starting 11 that I would like to see in today's game, I'm going to start first of all with the goalkeeper. Now, surely Aaron Ramsdale has to start today. Like, if Aaron Ramsdale does not start, then I don't know what is going on. Then I'm just confused. I'm lost. But, let's not forget, Aaron Ramsdale's the guy who got us. He was part of the team that got us to the Champions League. And yeah, it's just a bit wild that he's not getting any game time. So surely a game like tonight, he has to start. And I will be very, very surprised if he doesn't. Now, in terms of the back line, I would like to see Cedric get some minutes. He is still a player that we've got who doesn't get to see any game time. So let's start Cedric. We can start him over at right back. I know he's versatile, he can play right back or left back. Let's start Cedric at right back. In terms of the centre back pairing, I really want Saliba to get a rest. Reason being is, we know what happened last season when he was out, and that was, that had a big impact on us. So I would like to see Saliba get a rest. I keep Gabriel in just for the simple fact that initially at the start of the season, there was speculation about him moving to another club and everything. So he wasn't really getting as many minutes as Saliba. So I keep Gabriel in. I'll bring in Kivior. I don't really know what other defenders we've got. Seem to be pretty thin in that respect. Ben White, we could bring Ben White. He is naturally a centre back, but I think Ben should get a rest. So let's just play Gabriel and Kivior. Left back, Zinchenko. So yeah, that would be the back 4. In terms of the midfield, now we did actually see that Emile Smith-Rowe was training. So hopefully he is fit and he can play. And if he can, let's just start him. So I'll have Emile Smith-Rowe. I have Jorginho and El Neni. El Neni, we know he's a great player who gets the job done. So he hasn't really been getting any minutes. Can't actually remember the last time I saw him playing. So Jorginho, El Neni, Emile Smith-Rowe to start. Now, in terms of the front 3, Reece Nelson is a player who is exciting. We do see him get subbed on, in the final last minutes of the game. Let's just start Reece, give him some game time. So Reece could play left or right. I'll play him on the right-hand side. Start Eddie Nketiah through the middle and Trossard over on the left. So that is the starting 11 that I would pick, just to give some players some minutes and everything. And in terms of making substitutes, give some of the young players a run out. You know, we saw Ethan Nwaneri come on in the game against Brentford. You know, he still holds the record of the youngest player to make a appearance in the Premier League. So, yeah, give Ethan some minutes. There's also, oh my gosh, excuse me, I've completely forgotten his name, but that youngster who scored 10 goals against Liverpool, give him some minutes. Give these players a confidence boost. Let them go out and play in the Champions League, yeah, against PSV. Give them a run out. That is what I would like to see. So yeah, that is what I'm going for. In terms of my score prediction, I'm expecting quite an exciting game, if I'm completely honest. Oh, part of me wants to say there's going to be goals scored, but then part of me wants to say that there might not be. Aaron Ramsdale in goal, so I don't really want him to concede too many. Do you know, I'm going 2-0 Arsenal. I was going to go like 3-2 Arsenal, but I don't really want to see Aaron concede. I'm going to go for 2-0 Arsenal. So that is what I'm expecting. Obviously, we want to go out there and win the game, 100%. But we have, you know, sort of top the group. So, you know, it doesn't matter whether or not we do win, but let's just keep that winning mentality. And it will be nice to get a win, travel home, and then prepare for Brighton at the weekend. So that is my expectations of the team. Now, in terms of what Mikel Arteta does, you know, we don't really know what he'll go with, but let me know how you guys are feeling. I'm feeling pretty relaxed about this one. Ideally, I want to win. However, it's not like the end of the world if we don't win, but I would like to see us get, you know, a win in this game, just to keep that winning mentality and mindset. So that is my expectations. 2-0 Arsenal win and Aaron Ramsdale to start and go. Listen, let me know how you guys are feeling about tonight's game. Let me know who you would like to see on the starting 11. Is there any players in particular who you feel like really need to get some game time in tonight's fixture? Let me know. Get active in the comments. And you might as well put your score predictions as well. I'm Charlene Smith. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video if you've enjoyed watching, and subscribe to my channel. I'll speak to you later on. Bye for now.